have experienced disruptions. Oh ho, all of you have seen what it is like जब बच्चे आपको डिस्टर्ब करते हैं क्लास के बीच में, या इवन उससे पहले, या आप क्लास में घुसे और इट्स सो chaotic, right? So what is it that you can do? Is it always, बच्चों को डांटना? Is it always disciplining? Is it always punishment? Or is there something else we can try? Okay. So what we can do instead is use a lot of, instead of using words, we can try and start with a lot of non-verbal cues. हमारी, जिस द वे हमें पता होता है हमारी बॉडी लैंग्वेज स्पीक्स अ लॉट ना, तो बच्चे भी जिस तरीके से अपनी सीट से उठते हैं हम समझ जाते हैं कि उनका कैसा मूड है, व्हाट इज द मूड दैट दे आर गोइंग टू बी स्पीकिंग इन. So same way, we can also use a lot of non-verbal cues. So for example, if a child is being a little disruptive, or so possibly eye contact is also enough. So you're teaching a class and you see two children talking, right? Though instead of acknowledging, please stay quiet or stop talking, right, or scolding them, you can possibly just look at them for a second. They will know, right? That's like a small warning that you're giving them, but at the same time you have not made it, you've not acknowledged that behavior to a point where they feel punished, right? Then otherwise you can use a lot of small hand signals. Maybe if the class is getting very loud, you can go ahead and make them, another one activity I love to do, make children do, is jazz hands, right? The moment they get a little chaotic, I'll be like, okay children, jazz hands, and then they all start giving me the jazz hands. And then you will keep asking, okay everybody, okay, okay, good, 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 now go ahead and then leave it off. So small activities that you can do, right? So need not always point out and punish, or all the time acknowledge the disruption. You can use small elements like this. Then another thing, maybe you can also create a pause and reflect activity for children, है ना? So when the child is when many children are talking, or many of the children are interrupting you, go ahead and use one tool that you may find, or a way that you can find. So another one that I like to do is hold your breath. So the moment children are talking too much, I'll be like, until they don't stay quiet, I've given them the rule, जब तक वो सब चुप नहीं हो जाएंगे मैं अपनी सांस नहीं छोड़ूंगी, right? So then the children are like, okay, okay, everybody will get quiet. And this flows into the last one, a lot of peer mediation. एक दूसरे दोस्तों को भी सब बोलेंगे, चुप हो जाओ, मैम is holding a breath, right? Otherwise I will start humming, if they're getting disruptive, right? So they will tell each other also, all the children, their classmates, each other, they'll be like, okay ma'am, quiet, everybody get quiet, ma'am is humming, right? So use a lot of small pause and reflect activities for them to understand, oh, this is what it means, we have to get quiet now, right? Or we have to focus again, we have to go back to our focus, right? We have to go back to the lesson, right? So use small little tools that if you can find, right? So for example, a student is talking out of turn. Instead of scolding them, make that small eye contact, right? Or signal them, just wait, right? Or if they, for example, you're reading something and a child is constantly raising the hand, they want to speak, acknowledge it while you're reading, just acknowledge, wait, I will come to you, right? So the child will feel so much more in control, and will feel so much better about it, right? Again, teachers, a quick checklist. How many of you have done these 4 on 4 already? How many of you have already created and drafted the rules and regulations that have to be followed in your classrooms, right? How many of you have created this attention signaling and you have practiced this, right? Either humming, or showing, or raising their hands, or some attention grabbing activity, and you have practiced this with children already, right? How many of you have how many of you have created a management plan? That means आपने खुद से realize किया है कि we have to have some sort of positive reinforcement plan in place, right? And how many of you already have a first day routine or a transition queue routine? That means कि मैं एक लेसन से दूसरे लेसन पे कैसे पहुंचूंगी, या मैं एक लेसन ही एक पॉइंट्स में मैं कैसे उसको जोड़ूंगी when children are being disruptive, what would that look like, right?
Right. We have
First
a
three.
lot of answers. We have a lot of teachers telling what they use in their classrooms. Gagan
Yeah.
or ma'am is saying placards and sign language.
Yes. Okay.
And
Start a poem with little children. Dimple ma'am is saying, start a poem for little kids. They all join in. Yes, ma'am. That's wonderful. I think I will take that from you.
Rohit sir is saying sometimes I start clapping to take their attention.
Hmm.
Great. I have hand signal, for example, if they don't understand, they show me danger sign with their hands.
Wonderful. That's interesting.
And there's one more. Or I started watching them and no reaction at all.
Yeah. So that's also by not giving a reaction, there you giving them so much of a, pause and reflect time. So, Florence ma'am is asking if we are dealing with grade 8 who are teens right now and they don't listen, how do we deal with them? Okay. So, ma'am, at this age, children are, growing into their identity. So, first and foremost, especially teachers who are teaching teenagehood or even teachers who are teaching junior grades, middle school or senior school, right? Learn about the kind of behavioral patterns that these children are going to show, right? So go online and maybe make like you've joined this particular course, even small courses on what is the behavioral pattern of children at that age, and use that to your advantage. So junior children easier to manage because they take in a lot of instructions and they want to follow a lot of. Students at teenagehood, right? They don't like to listen to know a lot, know this, or they don't want to be scolded a lot, है ना? So find ways and find structures and find some plans which can work for them. For example, this humming one, right? Or even so, like for example, eye contact may also not work very well with these children. They may feel a little humiliated. You understand what I mean? But if you do positive reinforcement with them a lot and create a lot and lot of engaging lesson plans with them, right? Or give them small breaks, right? So learn the behavioral pattern of the children of that time and then use those to your advantage. And Florence ma'am, I would request that possibly after this session we can get a little more into this detail, right? Right now, since we're covering a large age group, but in the group or otherwise, let's connect again and then possibly we can discuss some more ways that we can make sure that children are more in more acknowledging us, right? Okay, thank you so much. Dimple ma'am is saying count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and by 0 they're all quiet. Yes, works wonderfully. This is also great activity. Sometimes counting 1 to 5, sometimes watching them. Sometimes I even do backward counting. So I will start saying 100 and then some child, I will point at some child, they say 99, some child, they will say 98. Or, give them a table. So I will start with 2 ka table or 3 is table or, something like that. So that also works. Maths teachers, that works wonderful. Okay, great.